Well, more than 30 years ago, Nirvana broke the mold with MTV Unplugged in New York. It was a performance that unveiled a different side of the Washington-based band we love so deeply here in the Pacific Northwest and across the country.
30 years. Long time ago. To honor that 30th anniversary, 7 artists are now coming together to reinterpret some of the album's most legendary tracks. And joining us this morning from Paris, France, is one of the artists taking part in this incredible tribute, Camille Jansen. Hi, Camille. How are you this morning?
Hi, I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. Thank you for being with us this morning. So how did you find out about the opportunity to take part in this tribute, and what was your response when you found out?
It was last summer, and I just got an email from GM Editions, this label based in Paris. This guy named Vito just emailed me, kind of telling me about it. And yeah, I was kind of immediately like excited to be a part of it. And it kind of happened pretty quickly. Yeah.
Glad his email found you.
Yeah.
That's pretty fantastic. So we all know Nirvana is a household name across the country. How did the band influence your own passion for creating music?
I think I've never had like a full like Nirvana phase in my life, but I've always like obviously known about Kurt Cobain and Nirvana. And I think what's cool about or kind of enticing about that band is kind of the always being themselves and kind of just doing it their own way. And I feel like I've always wanted to apply that in my own making of things, of music or even like photography and videos and stuff. So I think, yeah, I think that's kind of the big influence out of it is kind of he's always stayed true to him.
Yeah, I know that you had the chance to cover On a Plane by Nirvana. So tell us about your cover and how did you bring your own unique style to the song while obviously trying to stay true to the original track?
I didn't want to like think about it too much. I was trying to find, first of all, like a song that would go well with my voice out of the kind of set list. And then I had just met these really talented musicians, Shags and Brad, and later Lionel, who I recorded with, who, they're amazing, talented musicians. And I kind of just hit them up asking them if they wanted to be a part of it. And we just met up for the afternoon and recorded it in a couple takes. So it was kind of very like in the moment and all recorded live. And I kind of wanted that feeling of it because obviously the Unplugged performance is all live. And yeah, I think it was kind of important to me to just let it be what it is and not kind of try and like perfect it or make it sound too thought through, I guess. Yeah.
Good call, recording it live as well. I think that was such a smart decision.
Yeah.
Did you feel any type of pressure or face any challenges while covering On a Plane?
I didn't, no, I guess not, because I feel like, and I know that he's a huge, I don't know, I guess sort of figure in the music industry. But I just thought about the song and kind of listened to it 1,000 times, enough so I could like understand the lyrics and like kind of the emotions behind it and kind of wanted it to feel natural to me. So I kind of didn't want, I think if I started thinking about it too hard or like this sort of Nirvana fan club and all of that, I was like, I would just kind of make me too nervous. So no, I guess I kind of, ignorance is bliss in that case and kind of just let myself sing it and yeah.
Have you, just curious about, you know, your process going into something like this. I mean, for us in the Seattle area, Nirvana really put Seattle on the map, obviously, during the grunge era, during the 1990s. And, you know, in your research in kind of being part of this new project, looking back over 30 years, what did you learn about the bands that maybe stuck with you and how has that impacted maybe you as a performer or as a musician or artist since you learned that?
I think as a band, they've always been kind of, I guess, for the kids that are kind of, I don't know, more like the less, I don't know, popular. They're more grungy and kind of in their own moods and want to live their life freely and how they want. And I think that that's kind of something that's carried on because it's something we can always sort of, especially like teenagers, as we're like sort of growing up and understanding the world, is something we can always sort of attach our feelings to and who we are. And yeah, I think that's why it's kind of always lived on, even today. And I feel like even today it's kind of hard to find like authentic, real, like people that sort of just say it as it is and like what's on their mind. And I think that's why I think figures like that in music or anything creative in the world, I think that's what sort of sticks with the people, because it's we can all relate to it.
Yeah. That's a really good point. Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it's so important to stay true to yourself and be authentic, especially when you're so young. Have you had the chance to listen to the other tracks on the album? What's your overall impression of it?
Yeah, I think everyone did a really good job. I've like especially liked Current Joys' version of Dumb. I kind of really like how his voice sort of melts into the instruments and like it just sounds really good. And also Chris Staples' version of About a Girl. But yeah, I think everyone sort of has made their own version of it whilst also sort of remaining true to, I feel like, what maybe Nirvana would have liked. And yeah, I think everyone killed it.
If people wanted to listen to, your interpretation of the song and the other artists, how do they go about doing that?
Well, you can buy the CD. It's
Perfect.
available. I just received it, so I'm very excited.
Awesome.
Nice.
And you can also, it's on any music platform like Spotify, Apple Music, and all of those.
Yeah.
And then I also made a music video, which wasn't like required, but I just wanted to with my friends. So that's on YouTube. And yeah.
I love that.
Love it. Amazing.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Can't wait to hear it.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. Have a good evening. It's evening over there. Or
Yeah,
late afternoon.
Yeah, late afternoon. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good rest of your day. Thank you.
Thanks.
I mean, you talk about pressure, right? For a band that was so iconic during the 90s here in Western Washington, and it had an impact on really a big genre of music that swept across the country. The pressure of that, but then also at the same time, you're young, you want to provide like your own interpretation, your own kind of stamp on this song and make it yours too.
And a very neat idea as well to whoever the producers are or the person who created the idea. A good way to honor and pay tribute to such a popular band by taking these young creative artists who are just getting maybe a start in the music industry a chance to put their own footprint on it. Very cool.
Lives on to this day.